because some things, when spoken too soon, lose their potency. Some truths are like seeds. You don't yank them out of the soil the moment they begin to sprout just to show others. You let them take root. You protect them from the wind. You give them time to become strong. What no one tells you is that speaking too early is a form of ego. We talk because we want to be seen. We want to be praised for what we've uncovered. But wisdom does not thrive in the soil of validation. It thrives in stillness, in testing, in living through your truth, not just talking about it. There is a pain in awakening because you will see what others do not. You will walk differently. Your eyes will stop chasing the things they once found beautiful. Your ears will grow tired of noise. You will outgrow environments you once begged to be a part of. And in that shift, there will be loneliness. The kind of loneliness that begs for expression, that tempts you to explain yourself, to prove to others that you've changed, that you now see clearer. But silence is your true teacher. Because in silence, you are no longer convincing anyone. You are simply living the truth you found. The strength of your transformation doesn't lie in how many people you tell.
All right, before we get too deep in this, man, I just want to jump it straight out the gate. Change game. Y'all gotta stop telling everybody your next move. Everybody not happy for you, man. Everybody don't want to see you make it to the next level. Everybody not gonna be there and support you, and there's a lot of fake support. So y'all gotta keep God first and keep God on your side because He give you the discernment to know, okay, the intuition to know, okay, this is fake support. Because a lot of people know y'all gonna be great and they just sticking around for that, acting like they really want to see you make it, but they just waiting on you to get to the top because they're going to try to bring you down. So please learn how to understand and know when there are fake supporters. Because there's a lot of people out here that really ain't happy for you. They acting like they happy for you. They really don't want you to go hard. They acting like they do. They really don't want you to be above them. They act like they do. Because most people do not want for you to be above and better than them. Y'all need to understand this. So that's why I'm making this video, to tell y'all straight up and be blunt about it. Shut up. Stop talking. God told me to tell you to shut up and stop talking. Stop telling everybody your next move. Stop telling everybody your dream. Stop telling everybody your aspirations. Stop telling everybody what you're about to do. And then you wonder why it don't fall through because you just told a soul energy sucking person what you gonna do, and they didn't went whatever they done said to they self, then put stipulation on what you gonna do. Please, please, shut up. And let me continue.
It lies in how deeply you embody it. Keep your mouth shut, not because others are unworthy, but because the sacred must be protected. There will come a day when you look around and realize how easily words are wasted, how often we give away our power by explaining what we should be mastering. You will realize that not everyone deserves access to your inner world, not because they are bad, but because they are not ready. Some people are still walking paths you've already left behind. And if you try to give them the map to your mountain, they will only mock your climb. Haven't earned the altitude yet. And it's not your job to lift them with your words. You are not here to convince, you are here to evolve. And evolution is often silent, happens in the quiet moments, when you choose discipline over desire, when you walk away from chaos instead of engaging it, when you sit with your pain instead of running from it. These are the moments that make you unshakable. Not the moments when you talk, but the moments when you act. So the next time you feel something click inside you, when you feel that breakthrough rising, that insight pressing against your lips, pause. Ask yourself, this for the world to hear, or is this for me to live first? Most times, it's the latter. You owe yourself the gift of integration. Let the secret change you before you let it change others. Because when it's real, when it's truly part of your being, you won't need to explain it. Your presence will do that.
Let me piggyback off what he's saying. A lot of y'all really just get the ego boost of saying what you gonna do. I used to be that way. It feel good to have that idea. It might be a great idea. But I feel like most people are getting the dopamine hit of just saying that they gonna do it because it feel good. They know most people not talking about it. Of course, most people not talking about it, but it's even less people that's actually doing it. So the thing is, that false dopamine hit that you getting from telling people what you gonna do is false, man. Stop talking and shut up. Let me keep the video going.
That for you. Your energy, your actions, your silence, they will speak louder than any words ever could. How you become powerful, that is how you become untouchable. You stop leaking your growth. You stop narrating your transformation like a story still being written. And instead, you live as if it is already complete. The secret. And once you know it, keep your mouth shut. There is a quiet law in this world that few speak about because it cannot be easily explained. It must be lived. That law is this: when you speak wisdom too early, not because wisdom is fragile, but because your connection to it still is. When you first touch truth, it feels electric. It moves through your mind like lightning. Suddenly everything makes sense. The chaos, the pain, confusion, all of it becomes part of a greater picture. And in that moment, the urge to share it becomes overwhelming. But here's the lesson that few are taught. Not all things should be spoken right away. Truth is like fire. Your hands are not strong enough to carry it. You burn yourself and others. The first realization is never the full transformation. It's the beginning of a deeper practice. Speaking prematurely about your insight is like pouring a sacred tea into a cracked cup. It leaks. It's lost. You see, your words carry energy, but they also carry responsibility. When you speak of things you haven't fully lived, like drawing a map of a place you've only visited once, the lines will be wrong, the scale will be off, and those who follow that map will get lost. The discipline of silence after realization is not a punishment. Protection. Protection for you to give your mind and body time to align with what your spirit now knows. Protection for the wisdom itself, so it can root itself deeper into your behavior, your habits, your character. Because until your daily actions reflect your breakthrough, it is not yet real. It is a thought. And thoughts are delicate. They are shaped not only by our inner awareness, but by how the world responds when we speak them. When you share a powerful insight with someone who is not ready, you are not giving. It may feel like that, but you are actually placing your inner growth at risk. You are handing over something sacred to someone who cannot understand its weight. They will doubt it, laugh at it.
I'm gonna stop there again. A lot of y'all know. It's like you trying to stun on them. Y'all know that most of the people y'all telling these dreams and ideas to, they ain't thought about doing nothing more than working a job. They don't have that mindset. So it's almost like you trying to stun on them a mindset, go mindset for mindset. That's why I say it's a false dopamine hit to boost your ego. It's false. Stop telling them. If you know they're not on what you own, if you know they're not trying to do what you're doing, why are you telling them that stuff? They gonna look at it like, man, they gonna feel bad like, man, he on something else. I ain't on this. So they gonna hate on it internally. They might come off as, oh yeah, that's good, man. I'm proud of you. That's such a good thing. But deep down, they really hating on you for having that mindset. So stop trying to mindset compete. It's like you compete. You know they mindset ain't where you is. So what's the competition? It ain't none. So who are you really trying to prove? You trying to prove to yourself or them? So let's keep going.
Dismiss it. And if you are not yet strong, their rejection can cause you to question yourself, can unravel what was once a moment of pure clarity. In this way, the ego disguises itself as generosity. I must share this truth, it says, but the wise do not rush to teach. They let their lives become the lesson first. True mastery does not announce itself. The tree does not scream when it bears fruit. It simply grows slowly, silently, and powerfully. Those who are meant to benefit from its shade will find it. In the same way, your growth will become visible in time through how you carry yourself, how you respond under pressure, how you treat others without needing to be praised. And this presence will say more than any explanation ever could. Important to understand that some people feed off your insecurity to validate their own comfort. If you speak your new realization in front of those who are committed to staying the same. They will try to pull you back, not out of malice, but out of fear. Your growth reminds them of their stagnation. Your clarity exposes their confusion, so they challenge you.
Did not just say
Not
that.
because you are wrong, but because they don't want you to be right. And if your root is not deep enough, you will wobble. That is why silence must come first. Not forever, just long enough for your truth to harden into strength. Speak only once your words no longer need agreement. Share only when your truth cannot be shaken by rejection. That's when you are no longer trying to convince. You are simply revealing what already is. There's another layer. When you withhold speaking your insights, you allow them to work on you. They begin shaping your behavior in small ways. How you wake up, how you listen, how you walk away from what no longer serves you. These are the signs of transformation. They don't make noise, they don't seek attention, but they are undeniable. Those around you will feel it, even if they can't name it. They will sense a shift, a gravity, a presence. That is the energy of a person who has discovered something powerful and held it long enough to become it. So the next time you realize something profound, resist the urge to explain. Let your stillness hold it. Let your silence nurture it. Let your actions reflect it. And in time, when the seed has grown into a tree, you will find that you don't need to speak at all. People will come to you, not for your words, but for your way of being. And when you do speak, they will listen, not because you are loud, but because your silence made them curious. That is true power. That is what it means to know. And to know when to say nothing. There is a painful but necessary truth in life that very few are prepared to accept. Not everyone is ready for what you've discovered. Not everyone has eyes to see what you now see. And not everyone has the heart to carry what your soul has been shown. When wisdom reveals itself to you, it feels like a gift.
He just said something, man. I gotta stop it there again. Because I said this on a few videos. Stop trying to bring everybody on the path that God has set aside for you. It is causing your path to be all kind of stuff going on. All kind of obstacles. Because you're trying to bring everybody along with what God got you doing. They not ready. Now, I say, if you want to try a couple times, cool. But just like me, I send these type of videos to people. They don't respond. They don't say nothing. Eliminate. I'm not sending them no more. Because they not ready. Why would I keep doing my life to go down here and try to pull them up? Then they don't want to be pulled up. You got to pull yourself up. Keep yourself up. The people that don't want to come along, don't keep trying to pull them along. It's slowing you down. It's slowing down your momentum. You have to keep going and stop trying to bring everybody along on the journey that God got you on. That was my problem. I'm done with that. If they don't respond, cool. Cross them off the list. They'll never get another video from me again. Because I'm trying to constantly bring people up, but you cannot do that. They got to be ready to bring themselves up. If they're not ready to bring themselves up, it's nothing that you can do to bring them up. Let's proceed.
But the mistake we often make is assuming it will be received as a gift by others. It won't, especially not if they haven't asked for it. Especially not if they're still living in the mindset that the wisdom was meant to help you escape from. The very nature of truth is that it's disruptive. It challenges illusions, shines light into corners that many would prefer to leave in the dark. It invites change, but change is
not ready.
So when you bring truth to those who are not ready, it will not be welcomed. It will be resisted, rejected, sometimes even attacked. Imagine walking into a room where everyone has been asleep for years. Their eyes have adjusted to the darkness. Their comfort depends on the silence. Then you, wide-eyed and awakened, suddenly burst in with a flashlight. You think you're doing them a favor. You believe you're sharing your newfound clarity, but to them, you are a threat. Not because your light is wrong, because it disturbs the world they've built around their unawareness. In life, timing is everything. The truth delivered at the wrong time is no better than a lie. This is why wisdom demands patience. When you understand something deep, something transformative, your job is not to run out and convert others. Your job is to internalize that truth, to live it. Let your life become evidence of what you've learned. Because if someone isn't seeking truth on their own, your words will sound like noise, or worse, judgment. This is especially difficult when the people you love are the ones still asleep. You want them to wake up. You want them to grow. You want them to see what you now see. But transformation cannot be forced. It must be chosen. It must be walked through, not handed over. A butterfly cannot help a caterpillar become what it is. It can only fly by example. Sharing deep insights with the wrong people is like planting seeds in concrete. No matter how powerful the seed is, it cannot grow where there is no soil. And if you insist on forcing it, you exhaust yourself and end up feeling unseen, unheard, or even betrayed. The pain you feel is not because the truth wasn't real. It's because you misjudged the readiness of the person standing in front of you. There is also the subtle arrogance of believing it is your job to awaken others. It isn't. Awakening is personal. No matter how well you speak, no matter how true your insight, it cannot land where there is no openness. You may want to shake people and tell them how much better life could be. But until they are ready to listen, not just with their ears but with their spirit, your words will fall flat. Or worse, they will twist them, mock them, turn them against you. This is why silence becomes wisdom's ally. When you remain silent, you are not abandoning the truth. You are honoring it. You are saying, this is sacred. This is not entertainment. It's not a casual conversation. This is a key that unlocks doors, and I will not hand it to someone who still prefers to remain locked inside. Let your example be the invitation. Let the way you live create curiosity. Let your peace disturb their chaos, not by preaching, but by being. People don't follow words, they follow energy. If you truly understand something powerful, it will change your posture, your choices, your priorities. Others will notice. They may not say anything at first, but when the time is right, when they are finally ready, they will ask. And when someone asks from a place of openness, then and only then is the door ready to be unlocked. Is how transformation spreads, not through force, but through resonance. You live your truth so fully, so silently, that it radiates. It becomes magnetic. Those who are meant to rise will feel the pull, and they will come, not to argue, not to debate, but to learn.
Man, God just put something on my heart to say. This don't have nothing to do with this. Y'all need to start purging. A lot of y'all got a lot of stuff that y'all don't wear no more. A lot of stuff y'all don't need no more. Pack it up and give it away. Give it to the homeless. I just cleaned my closet out, man. I had like, I know about 5, 6, 7 bags full of clothes, full of my boys' clothes that they don't wear no more. I took it and gave it away. Clean up. Clean them junk drawers. Because what that's symbolizing is that you making room for God to give you the blessing. He can't bless you with all the clutter. Clean your mindset. He can't bless you with all the noise and the clutter. Start decluttering, getting rid of stuff. Clean your closet out. Clean your refrigerator out. Clean your trunk out. Clean your car out. Clean up and make space for the blessings that God is going to give you. That's all I'm saying. And he just put that on my mind to tell y'all that don't have nothing to do with this, but I had to say that. Let's proceed.
Until then, keep your treasure protected. Hold it in the quiet corners of your heart. Let it grow in you before you ever speak of it. The world may not be ready, you must be. Because if you try to convince others before your own foundation is strong, you risk being pulled back into the very mindset you've escaped.
Man.
And that is the
I know y'all a witness of this, bro. I'm a witness, bro. I know y'all a witness of that, bro. But y'all didn't understand what was going on. That's why I'm showing this video so y'all can understand. I know a lot of y'all like, man, that's what's been going on. It takes to see it and hear it to really understand and have somebody breaking it down why stuff not going right for you. Because you talking too much. God told me to tell you to shut up.
Real. If it's still fragile, the wrong environment can crush it, so hold it close. Let your silence build your strength. And remember, when they're ready, they will hear you. Until then, walk your truth in peace, a profound difference between strength and power. Strength is the ability to do something. Power is knowing when not to. This is where many people misunderstand mastery. They believe power is demonstrated through loudness, dominance, or control. But true power, the kind that shapes lives and alters futures, is quiet. It is composed. It doesn't seek attention. It doesn't announce itself when it enters a room. It doesn't need to, because it already knows what it is. When you come across someone who has walked through pain, faced their own fears, battled their weaknesses, and emerged wiser, you'll notice something subtle but unmistakable about them. They don't rush to prove anything. They listen more than they speak. Their presence carries weight, but not because they demand it, because they've earned it. That's restraint. And restraint is the mark of someone who has power but has chosen to master it. We live in a world where everyone wants to be seen, heard, and praised. Social media, conversations, even relationships have become stages for performance. Everyone's talking. Few are truly listening. Everyone's sharing, but so little of what's shared comes from a place of depth. It's all noise. And amidst that noise, the ones who carry real power are the quiet ones. The ones who understand that some truths are too sacred for public consumption. That wisdom isn't a trophy to show off. It's a fire that needs to be protected. You see, restraint doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean passivity. It means you've trained yourself to resist the impulsive urge to react, to speak, to correct, to dominate. It means you can sit in silence when provoked. It means you can allow someone else to be wrong without needing to correct them just to feed your ego. That's not cowardice. That's clarity. Because the moment you feel the need to prove yourself, you've already placed your value in someone else's hands. And that's not power. It's insecurity wearing the mask of confidence. There's a discipline in holding your truth within, in not needing the world to validate it. Some things are meant to be lived, not spoken. When you realize something deeply transformational about yourself, about life, about how the world works, your first instinct might be to run out and tell everyone. But wisdom isn't a performance, it's a practice. It must first be digested, integrated, and made real through your behavior. Think about martial artists. The most dangerous fighters are not the ones boasting about their skills. They're the ones who look calm, relaxed, even unassuming. Why? Because they don't need to flex what they know. They've internalized it. Their restraint is not forced. It's natural. It's the result of discipline, of repetition, of humbling failures and hard-won victories. They've come to understand that power is not what you show, it's what you withhold. And the same principle applies to inner wisdom. The more you know yourself, less you need the world to know you. The deeper your insight, the less you feel the need to argue. You stop needing to win conversations. You stop chasing applause. You let others underestimate you, misjudge you, even mock you because you've learned that your truth doesn't require their approval. That's real power. Silent, anchored, unshakable. But restraint doesn't just protect your power, it sharpens it. Every time you hold back when it would be easier to speak, every time you choose presence over performance, you train your inner warrior. You become more aligned, more precise, more effective. Instead of spreading your energy outward to convince others, you channel it inward to refine yourself. And with each act of restraint, your awareness deepens. You begin to see clearly who deserves your energy and who doesn't, ready and who is not, what is real and what is illusion. This clarity becomes your compass. It guides your actions, not your emotions, because you're no longer reacting, you're responding. Thoughtfully, intentionally. That's where transformation happens. When your life stops being a reaction to the world and becomes a deliberate expression of your truth. In ancient philosophy, restraint was always a sign of inner maturity. It meant you had come to a place where your peace was no longer negotiable, where you didn't allow circumstances or other people to disturb your center. And the most powerful thing about that state is this: others feel it. They may not understand it. They may even feel threatened by it, but they feel it. And slowly they begin to treat you differently. Not because you demanded respect, but because your restraint made them curious.
Man, he not
made
lying,
them wonder
bro.
what you know that they
I've been
don't.
noticing it. Hey, I apologize, Change Gang. I was rudely interrupted, but y'all know I could not let that video end like that and leave y'all hanging like that. So I'm going to do a quick summary of what was going on the video. It pretty much was just saying, shut up. God told me to tell y'all to shut up. Stop telling everybody what you want to do. Stop telling everybody your next move and your next step, especially if you know they don't have a mindset. Stop trying to mindset compete and stun on them because you know they don't have that mindset. Stop doing it, because the way they feel it on the inside is putting stipulations on your situation. It's putting stipulations on your situation. So stop telling them what you're about to do. I say just be quiet altogether, but you should know who to tell. You should know who on that same path. You share them ideas with them. But people that's vibrating low, that you know that's vibrating low and don't have that mindset, shut up and stop telling them what you're going to do, because they're not going to be happy for you. I just had to come back and do that quick summary because the video just ended on some crazy stuff. But that's what I had to tell y'all. Hopefully I helped one person, man. Help one, I help all, man. And I'll be seeing y'all again soon, man. Peace out, Change Gang. Love y'all.